Brussels boss Ursula von der Leyen has rowed back from threats of a sausage war amid fears of a dressing down from Washington. The European Commission president said she was deeply convinced a fix can be found and vowed to be more flexible. She scrambled to cool tensions ahead of talks with US President Joe Biden, who is expected to urge Brussels to compromise to protect the Good Friday Agreement. The row over a planned EU ban on the sales of chilled meats from Britain and Northern Ireland last week overshadowed the G7 summit in Cornwall and a NATO gathering in Brussels, and it threatens to further disrupt decision-making processes in both Brussels and London. Speaking ahead of her meeting with the US president, Mrs. von der Leyen said, "I have always said I want a new beginning with old friends where the UK is concerned. We see that at the beginning now. There are difficulties, and there are serious issues that have to be solved. I'm deeply convinced with a constructive approach, and with the notion that we know it's a long-term relationship we are building here. These issues can be overcome. We know that withdrawal agreement and the protocol are the best we could have gotten in a complicated situation. It is very good that we have the trade and cooperation agreement, and now it's our duty on both sides to make sure that it works and to implement it. I think this is our responsibility to our people on both sides." Brussels had threatened Britain with a trade war over Boris Johnson's vow to ignore its sausage blockade. Top Eurocrats said the bloc was ready to slap tariffs and quotas on British goods if the Prime Minister did not back down. Ministers have not ruled out refusing to enforce the blockade if a long-term solution cannot be found. Relationships between the UK and EU have hit a new low with a 6-month grace period on the EU red tape set to expire soon. US President Joe Biden is expected to receive reassurance from Mrs. von der Leyen and European Council Chief Charles Michel that the EU is willing to be flexible to protect the Good Friday peace agreement. The White House has confirmed Mr. Biden told Mr. Johnson that the Brexit row should not be allowed to undermine the delicate peace process. The US president and the EU chiefs will hold talks today, but the protocol will only be mentioned in passing, according to sources. "It will not be a big point," said a diplomat. "No one wants to upgrade it." EU leaders remain at odds over whether to maintain a hardline approach to Northern Ireland. Until now, Mrs. von der Leyen, backed by French President Emmanuel Macron, were demanding that the letter of the EU single market rules must be applied to the letter of the law without the flexibility to resolve the row over customs checks on goods moving from Great Britain to Northern Ireland. But others, such as Commission Vice President Maros Sefcovic, who is in charge of the negotiations, are pushing for more flexibility on EU rules. A Brussels source told The Times there are real tensions about how tough to be in the negotiations. A diplomatic source added, "It is being used to help the conservative at home. That is bad enough when trust is at a premium. Now Macron is making it worse. There is a real problem." Sefcovic is caught in the middle, between the UK and some in the EU. He wants to be pragmatic and on medicines has made a big offer, but the political space is closing up fast.